Welcome to the Car Guy channel. We got a great show coming into 2019. We're going to look at some projects we had for 2018 that are just about done for 2019. A lot of really cool stuff out there, and we're getting a lot of stuff finished. And here's a short bit about a lot of projects that we are working on. Sit down, get yourself a cold one, and enjoy the show. We went ahead and brought this car down. We stripped pretty well most of it down to almost bare metal, got it into prime, and that really was most of the cost, is getting this body here back into shape. It had rust issues. We polished a lot of the chrome all the way around. We replaced a few of the bumper pieces on them and replaced all the stainless. We actually polished all the stainless all the way around on the car, and we painted the bed with a xylitone. And Estelle's going to get a couple shots of inside the bed here to show you what we've done. But look how straight this is. The cool part is Bob picked out this color. This right here, he went to car dealerships, calls me up, comes on down and says, Mike, I finally got the red that I want on this El Camino. Check out the back of this bed and take a look how straight this car is. You'll be pretty impressed. This project we started really quite a few months ago. It's from my really good buddy, Dan Mountseer. Dan went ahead and really put together a project, him and his son, Will, and of course his wife, Debbie. She was way involved, and I like that a lot. It made a real big difference on it. Will selected some colors. At first, I wasn't sure, but Street Rod World, the car being together, you choose at home, because I'm going to tell you, I think it's fantastic. Good job, Will. And the colors just came out just beautiful on the car. We put in a Dodge 360. Now, this rear happens to be a 1974 Dodge Sport Coupe, which is pretty much the equivalent to what a Duster would be in the Plymouth line. We just gave you a shot of an early Bronco in the 90s. Now, well, we get commissioned on all sorts of crazy jobs, and I love it that every car's got a story. This motor and that Bronco has a story. This particular motor only has just a few hundred miles. This came out of a Ford truck, an F-150 with a 5.0 Coyote motor with a 6-speed transmission. Now, this is spectacular. What happened was it was a brand new truck coming off a car transporter, moving it around, and it gets T-boned, brand new, never even registered to anybody. So, of course, insurance gets involved, and the story goes where we're going to be at today. Here's this big beast. This Coyote motor is going to be going into that Ford Bronco. One of the coolest projects we got in, my good buddy Mark, on this 1966 Fastback Mustang, and there's a great story about the car. Mark tells us all the time. It's kind of neat when cars have stories. When he was a kid, he rode in the back seat of this particular car. Yes, this car. So everybody knows, Mark, that you rode in the back seat of this car. Mark's loved this car here, bought it from the family, and he's been doing all sorts of things with it as time goes on. We've painted it. We've done chrome. We've done interior work, headliner, carpets, all sorts of stuff. And this happens to be an A-code car, which is really kind of cool. But kind of neat, though. What we decided, after all the years in time, Mark wants to drive and use this car. So there's a transmission we're going to show you that's on the floor, which is the factory 4-speed. We're going to do a 5-speed, which is the Tremec conversion. So we went ahead and ordered the full package, and we're talking pressure plate, clutch, flywheel, bell housing, and the new, brand new, in a crate 5-speed transmission with the new drive shaft, doing the radiator, doing everything. Mark's going to take a cross-country trip in it. We're going to set this all up, but I thought I'd give you a little taste about something that we're taking apart and what we're doing. But let me take you over to one of the wildest projects that we have ever tackled and ever done. We call this car here the project of a lifetime. My good buddy Scott's been planning this car here for a long time. We've had it around for a very long time. When I say a long time, years, maybe up to 15 years. Different avenues of which way to go on the car, but Scott's taken his business to complete solar. All his vans, all his products and stuff are all electric cars. He's going EV with everything. So if he goes EV with everything and he's still a classic car guy, 1962 Ford Falcon is going to be an EV car. And we're going to show you a couple things on this, but how light they are is going to make it a great electric car. This is not going to be one of those little tiny pushers that only go 30 miles down the road and that's about it, and you take it and have to recharge it. No, this car right here will have Tesla batteries. It has a complete factory BMW 5-speed transmission, custom-made bell housing, clutch setup, all hydraulic, and the electric motor. All fits in this car here, and we have a batch of batteries to go in the front, in the back. Take a look at this Falcon, and then I'm going to show you the power plant that's going to go in. The exciting part about this project on this 1969 Super Bee is that the paint is done. That's the hurdle we always like to jump over. The paint, the body, the mess, all the stuff. It's like a big sigh of relief when we go ahead and get to that particular stage. Paul came down, looked at everything underneath the car. We had a good time. We talked. And he's just great to work with. He has a lot of great plans. This will probably be one of the nicest Super Bees that I would say be on the planet. All the stuff is just going to be fantastic. A little touch-up work and doing the inside on some of the panels. We're going to touch those up because we have a little welding to do, a little things to do for some cross braces. We'll do all our touch-up when we're done with that. But look at the suspension work on the car. Paul went ahead and ordered all the Hotchkiss good stuff. You're talking the struts. We got the lower ball joints, lower control arms. All the bushings have been replaced in here. These custom shocks, Hotchkiss upper control arms, just beautiful on the car. And we're putting all new wheel bearings for the disc brakes underneath the here. And I got to tell you, putting new torsion bars on the car is just the right way to go. This car will sit and hold. Now, here's kind of a little bit of the secret of it. We're actually working with a couple builders on this to build a motor, yes, over 700 horsepower. Now, 700 horsepower, we're actually trying to reach that to the back wheels. Car will have air conditioning. It'll have all the amenities you'd really like to have. Christy would like to have that, being a black-on-black car. It's going to make Christy pretty happy driving this car here around. And I'm hoping that she does put the pedal to the metal. I'll tell you one thing. I'll hear about it, which is pretty cool. But we're just kind of bringing you up to speed of some of the work getting done and how this project's going along. Check it out. Super Bee's looking pretty darn good.
Only fools